Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Right, come on, let's go downstairs. Let's talk about the Apostle Peter. Now it's a bit dark here now, but that'll change because I'll put some lights on. There we go. That's one light at least. I'll put another light on. I'll put this one on. And we'll have a sit down and we'll have a chat and let's talk about the Apostle Peter. Now, is it fair to say to a Catholic, show me a scripture in the Bible that is definitive evidence that the Apostle Peter went to Rome? Even if you Google it, you'll see that there's no real scriptural evidence. So does that mean their claim that the Apostle Peter was the first pope is based off a lie? It's the whole foundation for their whole religion is based off a lie? If he never went to Rome and he was never martyred there, and there is no scriptural evidence to support the fact that he went there? Well, yes, that is the conclusion that you can draw, because the Catholic religion and its many breakaways originate from Babylonian traditions have just kept evolving, changing shape. A bit like that sculpture that the Pope sits behind. Shape-shifting Catholics, or a shape-shifting false religion. So their whole foundation is based off a lie. And that's reason to get out of her, my people, because she is Babylon the Great. And it doesn't matter how many people they put on that Vatican seat, they will never be supporters of God's Messianic kingdom. Now, they may make the claim that the Apostle Peter is the first pope, but both Jesus Christ and the apostles were only supporters of God's Messianic kingdom. That is the message that they took to the people around them. The Catholics don't take that message, the same message that Jesus Christ and his apostles took around with them. The Catholics do not teach that. You will not get a cardinal or pope speaking about God's Messianic kingdom in fond terms. And that's because they're not supporters, true supporters of the true God. But you will know who they really serve, because their actions eventually give themselves away. And ask yourself, how many children still go missing that have connections to the Vatican? Many. Now, it's always a sore subject when you bring children into the subject of religion, because fully grown adults will always find a way to exploit children and get away with it. And that's when it saddens me the most, especially when it comes from your own religion, the one that you thought would never do such a thing. But you have to face realities, and that is that every religion that's out there, no matter who they are, they do have a problem, don't they, with child abuse. Some very serious and some not so serious, but how do you really grade seriousness when it comes to children? Any abuse, for me, is uncalled for, unwanted, and it should never happen. But the fact that that religion of 1.4 billion, that's a lot of people, believe that the Apostle Peter is the first pope, without them even in the slightest bit doing any research into it, is down to their doctrinal beliefs. You know, you must have faith. That's the kind of thing my cousin was always going on about when he was a Catholic, and he asked any questions. His priest used to say, but you must have faith. Well, faith's a good thing, yeah, but eventually you want evidence. Evidence is the best thing in the world, isn't it? And the scriptures do not support that the Apostle Peter ever went to Rome, and he was not martyred there. So it looks like the good old Catholic religion have based their whole foundation off one big porky pie and have been feeding people that lie for thousands of years. Wow. It'll all come out in the end. Don't forget, when we get into the last days, all false religion will be found out. So try and look into it now and try and seek out who it is that could be nearer a purer religion than others. Find out who they are now before it's too late. Even I don't know who they are with so much happening lately. But I know it's not the Catholics. I know it's not the Protestants. And do you know why? Because they both go to war. They both bless warfare. And they don't support God's messianic kingdom. And they don't declare the good news. And for those reasons, and that's just a few of them, that's enough reason for me to stay and steer away from them. So it looks like I've got a big sitch on my hands now. Try and find out who it is that could possibly be the one. I'll see you.